In every generation, parents raise children with hope. They teach them how to walk, how to speak, and how to live. But as children grow, they do not all choose the same path. Some choose obedience, and some choose disobedience. Today's story is not fiction, it is a mirror that shows us what obedience builds and what disobedience slowly destroys. In this village lived two boys. They were the same age, they played on the same streets, they prayed in the same mosque. One was named Yusuf, the other was named Bilal. No one imagined that their endings would be so different. Yusuf grew up in a simple home. His parents were not rich, but they were rich in values. Bilal also grew up in a similar home, same food, same clothes, same religion. The difference was not the house, it was the heart. Yusuf was not perfect, but he had something powerful. When his mother called him, he answered calmly, "Yes, Ummi." When his father corrected him, he listened, even when it was difficult. Inside Yusuf's heart was a belief. My parents want good for me. Bilal was different. When his mother advised him, he sighed loudly. When his father spoke, he answered back. Respect slowly left his tongue, and pride took its place. Inside Bilal's heart was another belief: I know better than them. One evening, both fathers sat with their sons. Yusuf's father spoke gently. My son, obedience brings barakah. Yusuf nodded. He kept the words in his heart. Bilal's father warned him, disobedience leads to regret. Bilal laughed. Times have changed, he said. And advice fell on a closed heart. One night Yusuf felt tired, prayer felt heavy, but he stood up anyway. Not because it was easy, but because obedience mattered. That same night, Bilal followed friends who mocked prayer, friends who mocked parents, and Bilal chose disobedience. Days turned into months. Yusuf gained trust. Teachers relied on him. People felt safe around him. Bilal gained something else, warnings, suspensions, yet he still believed he was right. Every night, Yusuf's mother raised her hands. Ya Allah, protect my son. Tears fell quietly. Bilal's mother also cried, but her tears were unseen and unheard by her son. And the Prophet said, fear the du'a of the oppressed, for there is no barrier between it and Allah. Years passed, childhood slowly faded, and both boys became men. Yusuf entered adulthood with humility. Bilal entered adulthood with pride, and adulthood does not hide the truth, it exposes it. Yusuf worked hard, he spoke gently, he treated people with respect. Doors opened for him, not because he was lucky, but because people trusted him. Barakah followed his steps. Bilal struggled. He blamed everyone but himself. Jobs came and left. Friends came and disappeared. And still he said, the world is unfair. But deep inside, he knew the truth. Time does not wait. Parents grow old, voices become weak, steps become slow. Yusuf visited his parents often. He served them patiently. Bilal visited rarely, always busy, always distracted. One day, Bilal's father called him. His voice was weak. My son, life ends quickly. Fix your ways. Bilal nodded, but his heart was still closed, and some warnings come only once, then one day, they were gone. Bilal stood at their graves, no advice left to hear, no chance to apologize. And regret arrived, too late. Regret is loud when obedience is gone. Yusuf buried his parents with tears, but also with peace, because he served them while they lived. And the Prophet said, the pleasure of Allah is in the pleasure of parents. Yusuf felt that pleasure in his life. Obedience does not block success, it protects it. Disobedience does not bring freedom, it delays peace, then destroys it. Allah says in the Quran, and we have enjoined upon man kindness to his parents. This command is not a suggestion, it is protection. If your parents are alive, listen to them, even when you disagree. even when you think you know better. Because one day, silence will replace their voices. Two children, one home, two choices, one result each. Obedience builds a future you don't regret. Disobedience builds memories you cannot erase. Choose wisely before choice becomes regret. Like, share, comments, and follow Hubaydullahi Cares TV for more Islamic reminders and du'as.